Hi, good morning, students of Ginsai National High School. So it's me again, Teacher Remel, your teacher for this session. So for today's vlog, I'll be discussing to you guys, students, for our lesson in English, quarter one, of course, for week 5 and 6. So since we have the milk, so it's the most essential learning competency, so it's being divided into topics, no? So for quarter 1, week 5 and 6, we do only have credits to the writer of this is okay, Ma'am Christine Polpol. Alright, so let's go through the topic. So for the lesson title, it's actually the same as previous weeks, but in this week, in the weeks of 5 and 6, we'll be talking about models of permission and prohibition. So the last time we were able to talk about models, but it's not actually about permission and prohibition. So for our learning competency students, express permission and prohibition in written forms. So highlighting the word models in written forms, and of course it's actually in permission and prohibition. So let's go through. For this part, I would like to emphasize that I have known direction is in the given song below, identify and underline the models being used. So it's the song Honestly by Harim Skarim. So you are given the song, the lyrics, and all you're going to do is to underline the models. So you know for sure the different models. So since we talk about this from the previous weeks, so what you're going to do is to underline the models. And then once you are done, alright, so see this and I can connect. So in the previous lesson, we have learned the definition of models and different kinds and characteristics of models, but this time it's models of prohibition. Okay. Study the following sentences. What do the underlined words in each sentence suggest? How do we call these underlined words? So say for example number 1. Can you speak louder when delivering your lines? So the underlined word is can. So yeah, how do we call these underlined words? That's the thing that you are going to do. And see this. So in this particular line, so you are going to need to answer. Yes, your answer should be here, but of course in separate sheet of answer sheet. Yeah. Yes. For I can learn, this time is the discussion proper. So modal verbs of permission and prohibition. Take note that these terms are models and it's used like, for example, can is a model often used to ask for and give permission. So if you ask permission, you use the model can. It means something is allowed and can be done. Example is below. So use the modal verbs for permission. So when you ask permission, it's being permitted, you can use can or could to indicate whether someone has permission to do something or not. Use can to say that someone is allowed to do something. Yeah, that's why for sure use can. You can also use in negative side. It's the can't and the must not. Some modals to show something is prohibited. It's not actually allowed. So say for example, you ask permission, you use can, but then it's being rejected. It means that you're not allowed. So that means use can't. Example, you say, can I use the toilet bath? Example. So for example, if it's being occupied, you can say, no, you can't. It's actually a contraction of the word can and not. It's can't, cannot, can't. Yeah. Example are given below. So yeah, all you need to do is to read all throughout this. So for I can try, tell the underlined word instead suggest permission or prohibition. When you say permission, therefore it's in the positive side. Prohibition is the negative side. He can't go to school tomorrow. You can do this to answer this. I can try. Yeah. When you say also something is forbidden, yeah, you use must not or cannot. Okay, it's actually items 1 to 10. For letter B, you fill out the graphic organizer to complete ideas asked. Mention the correct modal verbs to use in such a statement. So actually, how many graphic organizers do we have here? So it's actually 6 graphic organizers. So let's say, for example, graphic organizer number 1. Mention the correct modal verb to use in such statement. Number 1. When I say, I was permitted, that means what? What about number 2? When I say, I was prohibited, that means what? Permitted is what? Is it in a positive side or a negative side? Okay, it's for sure gonna act. You're free to answer this. Letter C, construct sensible sentences using the modal verbs indicated. The first is given to you. No, sorry, it's actually the items 1 to what? 1 to 4. Before the number, you are given the modal verb. Example number 1, can. So you have to use a sensible sentence that makes a word like this. It's 1 to 4. For I can assess. So let's choose the letter of the best answer. You write the chosen letter on a separate sheet of paper. So you are given answer sheet for this. So what it is to select from A to D. So you have 4 options for this. It's for I can assess. Just make sure, students, that you're able to read all throughout directions and of course the given items so that you can answer correctly. Okay. So for letter B, so make a classroom rules or house rules using the models of permission and prohibition. So it's in short bond paper. So you are given so I do repeat, for letter B, you are going to make a classroom rules or house rules using the models of permission and prohibition, since it's a topic, provided that you are going to follow the rubric or the criteria given to you. So for the focus and content, it's 40%, organization 20, correct use of models 20, language mechanics, it's 20%, total of 100%. Okay? For I can do more, so you need to come up with an advocacy campaigns. So follow the steps instructions below. So we have options for this. Option A is an advocacy campaign. For option B, for those who do not have access to gadgets and internet. So it's actually 2 options. So if you have access to the internet, you're going to make an advocacy campaign. So you're going to follow the steps of research and ideas that will serve as your guide. Use words to promote fairness and positive values. And of course, you are given a criteria rubric below. However, if you don't have access to gadgets and internet, you have to make a self-actualization brochure. So I guess you know exactly what a brochure is. So which represents your advocacy in life. You need to draw or cut pictures to illustrate your advocacy. So following the rubric or the criteria below also. And of course, just refer to our WHLP with the home learning plan for the submission of this output. Okay, and you are going to wait for further instruction from your teacher if this part will serve as your performance or not. Okay, so if you have further questions, I'm 1 chat away, 1 call away. This is your teacher email, your teacher for today's session. If you have questions, just PM me. Okay, send me personal message and we'll discuss further. That ends for our session today. This is Teacher Mel. Don't forget to like, comment down below for suggestions and for learning thoughts. And of course, if like this video, please subscribe my YouTube channel for further discussion in English. Again, this is Teacher Mel. Have a nice day. God bless. Yes, sir.